want to show you how to do here is how to restore some of this cloudiness on your headlights. It can be a little difficult to see, but I find it's easier to catch it before it gets too far, but definitely sometimes the headlights can all get cloudy here. Reduce visibility, and it looks bad. But yeah, you can see it happening a little bit up here as well as on this side here. So I find it's easier to get at it while it's still early. What I've done here is picked up some 2000 grit 3M sandpaper. It's really fine. Yeah, it's almost just like abrasive paper. So step one is to just start sanding. And so you will scratch up your headlight a bit. But the trick is going to be just to sand pretty firm, and don't worry, the scratches, we'll polish those out later. But what we want to do is sand out this surface. Make it smooth again. And again, depending on how much cloud is on your headlight, it will take more or less time. So as you can see, I've sanded for about a minute or so, starting to get a little better. It still obviously looks scratched up in these areas, but it's getting there, so just carry on. So I'm fairly happy with how it is now. I've sanded it out. There's still some scuffs and stuff here, but we'll polish that out. And same with this side here. So it's starting to look a lot better. Now what you'll find is, depending on how badly it's clouded or tarnished, it'll be easier or more difficult to sand out. So just keep at it, and just be sure not to actually sand the vehicle itself. Of course, the auto body, that would be bad. But you can't really hurt this plastic, especially when we polish it later. If you had really too coarse sandpaper, you could do some damage. But with 2000 or 2500 or higher grit, you really can't go wrong. So we'll start polishing, and we'll show you the finished product. What I use is called Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. It's kind of a bit of a gritty polish. You can buy kits to restore headlights, but really all you need is just some really fine sandpaper and some Meguiar's polishing compound. You can get it at any hardware store. It's probably 15 bucks or so, but it's well worth it. So don't bother buying the kits or use toothpaste. I don't find that stuff works very well. So all we're gonna do is just apply a little bit to a sponge. You can also use a terry cloth or some other kind of soft surface. Just rub it in a little bit. You don't need a lot, but you definitely need a good amount. And then you just start rubbing it in. It's a cup polish, so it kind of does its own thing. Now I like to leave it on for just a couple of minutes. We'll do the other side. And it leaves a nice cloudy haze. So we just leave that for a few minutes, and then eventually I'll just use the dry side of the sponge here or cloth, wipe it off, and we'll have a look. So coming back to this side here, just take a dry spot of the cloth, wipe it up. All that cloudiness is gone. Same with this side here. So what you'll find is your headlights look great. You can do it a couple times too, I find. If you look over here closely, you can see there's still a little bit of leftover grime and stuff. It's basically just pitting that takes place, and so there is a little bit left if you look closely. Now you can repeat that procedure as many times as you like, but I hope that with these couple steps, using Meguiar's and some 2000 sand grit paper and a sponge or what have you, you can restore your headlights for a lot cheaper than replacing them. Thanks so much, and I hope it was helpful.